So guys, this next story is coming from Luton ways, and a man who left fragments of a bullet embedded in his victim's skull has been jailed for more than 28 years. Zain Shah was just 21 years old when he fired at Waris Kearney at point blank range from the driver's seat of a stolen Audi A3 in Luton last September. It followed a tit-for-tat dispute that began with a road rage encounter 3 days earlier and saw Shah's own Vauxhall insignia damaged by a rival group on the afternoon of the shooting. Shah told jurors at Oxford Crown Court last week that he intended to shoot the crowbar from Waris's hand. He added he found the gun in the door of the stolen Audi and was unaware it was loaded, he claimed. The weapon has never been recovered. He was unanimously convicted of attempted murder. So sentenced him to 28 years and 10 months in prison. Judge Michael Gilder, KC, rejected Shah's suggestion that he did not know when he acquired the Audi that the loaded gun was in the vehicle. He told the defendant, "You knew perfectly well it was there and you were prepared to use it if necessary. You were intent on revenge on the man who damaged your car. You were not only prepared to use violence, but were prepared to use the gun in self-defense or as necessary." The judge added, "I do not accept you have any remorse. If you had, you would have pleaded guilty to attempted murder. What else could you have intended but to kill Waris when you shot him in the head from a few feet at most? As a jury verdict underlines, you intended to kill him." During the trial, the court heard that the dispute that ended in the shooting began some 3 days earlier on September the 20th, when a friend of the victim, Imran Hussain, and a sister of Shah's friend, a man known on the streets as Big Billy, were involved in a traffic standoff. Neither was prepared to back down, with the woman allegedly asking him, "Do you know who my brother is?" Vehicles belonging to both sides were said to have been damaged on the day of the shooting, and Mr. Hussain was also assaulted in front of his 2-year-old son and his vehicle smashed up. Billy accused Mr. Hussain of swearing at his sister, and he ended up beating him up. So addressing the background to the violence, Judge Gelder concluded the shooting in the head of Waris was the culmination of a feud between two criminal gangs living and operating in Luton. Whatever illegal activities these gangs were involved in, both of you were ready to use violence, even extreme violence, as and when it suited them. The gangsters have no respect either for persons or property, and they considered themselves above the law. Following the verdicts, defense counsel Ashraf Khan said his client, who was still very young, was remorseful for the situation he'd put himself in. He added he had chosen not to name the man from whom he had got the Audi and did not want to get others in trouble. Shah from Luton had pleaded guilty at an earlier hearing to wounding with intent, possession of the firearm, possession of ammunition without a certificate of criminal damage, and possession of a machete found in the dumped Audi getaway car. As I said, Judge Gildill imposed a 28-year jail sentence on the attempted murder and added a further 10 months for the machete, telling the defendant the possession and use of knives is now commonplace in the streets of our towns and cities. Parliament has said that these offences should attract immediate custodial sentences in order to deter others from carrying them with all the dangers that ensue. So guys, this is a new story coming from Luton ways, where a drive-by shooter, 22-year-old, has been jailed for almost 30 years, and it all culminating from a traffic standoff between a man and a woman. Absolute madness. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy GT. Keep it locked, keep it real.